Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the GW E100 or Geschutzwagen E100. It's the tier 10 German SPG with a 21cm howitzer. It's located on the north spawn of Siegfried Line, and this one is under the command of Oxagon of ENJ0Y. And he's got 3 marks of excellence. Oh wow! The enemy is in for a bit of punishment. This does have a very large dispersion, this Arty. 0.73. Yes, put that in context. The Object 261 only has a dispersion, according to this, of 0.57. So it's very, very accurate. Whilst the T92 is 0.8. So yes, much, much better. Now he's aiming for the spotting bush. Well, that enemy tank did not make it to the spotting bush, and that that Batchat 25 ton has actually got into a very nice position early on. Now the standard reload for this Arty, 37.39 seconds, and we'll find out very shortly how much Oxagon's got, but I think it's much less than that, probably about 30 seconds in total. He's got 29.38. Oh, he got a direct hit! Now, Batchats do not have a lot of armor, so if he got a direct hit on that guy, he's probably hurting right now, because the Alpha is 900, and it'll penetrate 53mm of armor. Batchats don't have a lot of armor, that's why they go fast. He also got a damage radius of 11.2. There's the Batchat. Well, surprisingly, he's only showing 1300 hit points, so he's lost about 500. Rounds out. Well, he's now missing a lot more, because that was a penetrating shot for 922, and he got the stun assist off the rest of it when the guy was wiped out. He didn't get the kill, but he got most of the hit points. Okay, now he's not in a good position to hit the IS-7, and there's a T-22 med over here. Now, he could actually move and get closer to the Dragon's Teeth, but he decided he wants a shot at that T-22. It looks like the enemy Arty's firing at our STB-1. Now there's 2 enemy Arty, they've also got a GW E900, and they've got a Conqueror gun carriage as well, so they'll probably be located right down the south in grid square K5. Well, at least one of them will. No sign from that T-22 again. No joy. Now you notice something actually. The T-92's gone right over into the corner into the A1. From that angle you can get fantastic shots on the enemy. Goes for the TVP. Gets a direct hit. 341. A lot of enemy tanks gathering in grid square F7. Now that T-92 will be enjoying that, because from that angle he can hit that street, or at least he can get shells up there. But if you actually go to grid square A7, you can actually shoot straight down that street, and if any enemy tanks go to it... Oh, we got a direct hit! The T-22 took a direct hit, but he has a little more armor than the Batchat, so I don't think he would have suffered as much. Yes, I highly recommend that if you go to about the, I think it's about the first tree in at A7. Yes, you can see he's missing about 300 hit points, so it did hit. And now he's taking more damage. So, yes, if you go to about A7 or just the beginning of A8, that one overshot, you can actually shoot straight down the street that the enemies are on, but they've actually switched over now. They've gone to the beginning of F7, F6. It's important to know these spots, because if you go to the right spot, you can get fantastic shots on the enemy. Now, there's obviously something blocking the path, because you've got a red line there, but the T-92 can definitely shoot into that corner. AMXM454 takes a hit for 379. Good shot. He can't get the E900, which is a bit closer, but the T-92 can, because he's got the angle to shoot in. I think there's a tower or a building which is actually blocking the shot that Oxagon would very, very much like to take on that E900. Now, we're 2 down on the enemy at the moment, so it's not going so well. Okay, there's a target that, again, we've got something blocking the path. You have to look for those red lines, because if you don't get it right, then you can't get the shot. But he might be able to swat this leopard and take him out of the game, because the leopard is... Yes! He was a one-shot, a splash kill, actually. So we only needed to put the shell near him, but Oxagon managed to get a direct hit. And that's his... well, actually, that's his first kill of the game. But he has collected a lot of hit points already. So we're starting to even things up. In fact, now it's going in our favor. That T-22 is potentially still there in that corner. The enemy's focusing. Oh, there he is. Okay, line it up on the spot. That looks good. Direct hit again. 430 takes him down to a 2-shot for a tank. And now we've just seen a Strib 103B. So that's going to be interesting. That's a tank that we can badly damage. Because, of course, we can easily penetrate his armor. And the angle at which the shell's coming in can do a lot of damage. You can get penetrating shots on Strib 103Bs. Trust me, I've done it. Okay, this could hurt. Rounds out. Well, it splashed him for 267 because it actually hit the bunker. But I think he's going to stay with this because that Strib 103B could be quite deadly to us. He's holding down that corner, stopping us from moving forward. We're 2 up on the enemy now. Okay, give it another go. No signs of the Strib, but it might be worth a blind shot. Okay, he's realigned. Direct hit this time for 283. It looks like it hit the hard armor at the front of the vehicle. That grating along the front of the vehicle. That would have dispelled a lot of the splash, a lot of the energy. I suppose in a sense it does actually count as spaced armor, that grill. Because that's what its purpose is to actually act as spaced armor against heat rounds. Okay, he's loaded. Rounds out. Another 199 of splash. Of course, the other benefit is the stun. Whilst he's stunned, he's not going to be doing much. Oh, and the kill shot came in from our Strib 103B. So we got the stun assist off that one. Just the other day, I had somebody, a tank driver, contact me and complain bitterly about the fact that his tank was constantly stunned by really bad players, or he said they were bad players. And I said, well, there's only one answer. If you want to learn how to avoid Arty, you just have to play Arty. That's the answer. If you play Arty, you know where you can't get hit when you're in a tank. And so long as you stick to those areas, you'll be okay. But if you try to go outside those areas and be more aggressive, then you can expect to get hit. Let's look at this. Jaeger, he's out in the open. He has been spotted. No, we don't know if that one did any damage, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yes, half the thing is that most tank drivers, they just couldn't be bothered if they get spotted, and then they complain bitterly that they were attacked by Arty when they were spotted. If they've remained unspotted, or if they've gone to places where they can't be hit, like hiding behind a wall or a building, then you wouldn't have to worry. Oh, well, it was fired a bit snap. The shell went to the right instead, to the left as you're seeing it, so he didn't get that one. The T-22 medium is now one shot, or at least a splash kill. So as soon as he's gone, our team can actually execute a quick flanking maneuver around through the field to actually take out the rest of the enemy team. Just need to spot that T-22 first. Keep backing up, Mr. AMX. He really hasn't got a solution. Only the T92 is capable of hitting that spot. This E100 again is hiding behind the buildings. You see, there is a safe spot where he is. Yes, he did take a stun there. Those buildings are protecting that E100 to a certain extent. And so is that AMX M454. They're getting protected as well. I forgot to mention, by the way, it is a tier 10 game with only tier 10 tanks in it. We're only one up on the enemy now. Can't hit that lion, but we know he's moving along the street because he knocked the tree down. He's approaching the gap to try and get at the Viz 55. There's the lion. He's side scraping on that corner, but the T22 comes back into sight, and he's going to be in sight for a few more seconds. Oxagon only needs a few seconds. Oh! RNG, you fickle mistress. Yeah, that one was not nice. The shell fell well short of the aim point. Well short. Now he's changed his angle yet again to see if he can get a better one on the T22. Luckily, the guy's still in sight, and in a few seconds' time, he might be out the game. Let's see if he stays in the same spot. Rounds out. Oh, he did! Creature of habit, the T22 stayed in the same spot, and we prevented camping. I know it's a joke, it's a meme. Stop camping. Somebody just actually said in chat, the strip said GG Arty. And I think they know that Arty can do that sort of thing. And now our teammates are free to actually move into the enemy rear and start putting pressure on them. The Striv is the first one to move south. The Leopard's following. They haven't got much in the way of hit points, but they don't need a lot of hit points. They just need position to be able to spot the enemy and enable us to do some heavy lifting for them, take out the enemy. Our Guerrilla's in a position where you can stop that TVP moving forward along the battlements of the castle, or the city grounds, I should say. They're holding there at the gate at the moment, but I think it'd be much better off if they headed south, kept to the Dragon's Teeth as they're going along. We've got an angle now, which means we can shoot at that AMX M454, but we've got no sightings because we haven't got anybody close enough. T57 Heavy moved to a different position. So it's now just the Guerrilla 15, and that's a bit dangerous because the Guerrilla doesn't have any armor. He's not the sort of tank that can actually thrash it out face to face with the enemy. He'd go down very quickly if that was the case. Okay, we might get a shot here on the Jaeger if he backs up a bit more. Please back up through the line. Oxagon fires. Oh, it went straight to the aim point, but the Jaeger have moved out of the way, and our AMX 50B just took a big hit. Now, our teammates have actually found that there is a Badger up on the heights, and he's just killed our Leopard. So there was an enemy down there. Now, that's the whole point of them spotting for us, to tell us that the Badger is there, and now we can do something about it. Luckily, this Arty does have just enough Arty, but just enough shells. We're down to the last 2 minutes. But he's actually now using non-stun Arty. Non-stun shells, rather. AMX M454 can't make up his mind. He's going after the T57 Heavy. We fire the round in. Is it going to hit the building? No, he got a lucky shot, but unfortunately, T57 Heavy went down. The AMX M454 got taken out by the T92. But unfortunately, we also lost the AMX 50B to the Jaeger. So now we're one tank behind with less than a minute to go. And their TVP has managed to make it up through the gap that the Guerrilla was covering. But now the TVP is going after the Guerrilla. But the Guerrilla gets him. Now we're trying to get that Lion We can see a tree go down, so we know he's moved slightly forward. The STB1's moving between the gap. We can see the E100, and there's the Lion. And I don't think we've got enough time left. 10 seconds to go on this game. So it looks like it's going to be a draw with equal numbers. Rounds out. No, hits the building, I'm afraid. And that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats. That was the second class tanker for Oxagon of ENJ0Y in the GW E100. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12, and he got a Gauss medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. His win rate was 5,053, but sadly, I'm afraid it was a draw because neither team could actually make any push on either side. They were just taking each other out for equal numbers. So as we were losing one, they were losing one, so on. That T22 medium held our guys up for a long time. They couldn't go through the center line. And when they did go through the center line, the enemy did have a backstop. They had a Badger holding up our guys from going to the rear. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage in that game went to Oxagon. He didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool, but he did get the Gauss medal for 4,558. Second highest damage actually went to the T110E3 with 4,089, and in third place, the Lion on the enemy team managed 4,010 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was actually the Lion who did the best with 3 kills, whereas Oxagon managed 2, the T92 HMC got 2, and the Gorilla 15 also got 2. And when it came to base XP, well, it's actually the Lion that came out on top with 555, mainly down to the fact that he got 3 kills and a large amount of damage. Whereas the next highest scorer was the E3 with 474, followed by Oxagon with 470. So only 4 experience points placed him in third place. He fired 20 rounds in that game, which is why he fired so much ammunition and did so much damage that he actually managed to get the highest damage in the game, but he just couldn't get enough stun assists to make up and make that an ace tanker. 10 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, and 14 splash. Damage of 4,558, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 7 of the enemy, killed 2, so he missed out on a Confederate by 1 tank. 612 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. If only that had been about, say, 2,000 stun assists, maybe he would have actually had an ace. I think actually probably more likely 3,000 stun assists for an ace on this one. On a premium count, he actually suffered a loss of 18,641 credits. That's because he had consumables for 40,000. Yeah, it's quite expensive there. Without that consumables cost, he would have actually made a profit. So there's that's where he lost out. And he also got 1,161 XP. So sad that it did end up the way it did, but it's good that at least he got a Gauss medal for all his effort and a very high win rate. But it just goes to show sometimes at tier 10, even with Arty in the game, the enemy can camp long enough to stop you from moving into their territory and getting you. And even then, if they do wipe out the enemy tank that's blocking the movement, you find that somebody has been sitting behind him all that time, waiting for our team to actually make a break. So sadly, on this occasion, it did not work. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.